Hey, what's going on, guys? Dan Cal here from liquidationpros.org. Today I'm actually going to be heading over to Macy's. I got to hook my trailer up still. I got an 11 a.m. appointment at one of their main distribution centers in Maryland. So that's about 15 minutes away from my house. I haven't ever bought any liquidation goods from them since I started my business. But back when I was a kid, we used to go over there. They used to have like open box scratch and dent deals where you could walk in to like an open warehouse where stuff was priced and you could actually buy beds and mirrors or whatever, and it might have like slight flaws from being in the store or what have you, like your typical scratch and dent type stuff. They don't do that any longer, but now they do sell liquidation by the pallet, so I'm curious to see how well I make out. This was a pallet of $4,800 worth of home goods. I did have a manifest for it. It looked like mainly like pots and pans, a lot of air diffusers, like for essential oils, which are pretty popular right now. So it was $4,800 value. I ended up paying $900, so I paid a little bit more. I would have liked to have got it closer to $600, but I honestly decided to pay a little bit more because I wanted to get over there, check it out, see how easy it is to access the warehouse and load up into a small utility trailer and not have to worry about paying for shipping and all that. So it would have been $400 shipping to my house for one pallet, which is kind of high, but the company I'm dealing with, they automatically arrange the shipping, so you don't really have a say in that. You could go through the route of assigning your own shipper, but it's kind of a pain. It's easier to just go with who they assign for you. But anyway, I do also want to apologize. It's been a while since I put any content out. I've been really busy with the Christmas sales are starting to pick up. It's about the middle of December now, and I wanted to try to go get another pallet and get it listed as quickly as possible. So today I'm going to take you guys along. You can see the warehouse. Hopefully, I'll try to take some video of of loading it up if I can, depending on how that situation is. And then later on, I'll definitely do some unboxing so you can see what's inside of it. And if this is something that you're already doing, maybe you'll learn some tips, or if it's something you're thinking about getting into liquidation, this could be a good video for you to watch for that reason. And then lastly, make sure you subscribe, like the video, and hit that bell because that's going to give you a notification when I post. I'm going to try to at least do once a month. We're normally getting loads 2 or 3 times a month, but a lot of times I have help here with me, and it's kind of, processing the stuff in my house isn't ideal for video. But every once in a while, on the smaller loads like today, one pallet, shouldn't be a big deal. I should be able to videotape for you guys to kind of check it out. And let's see how much money I'm going to make today. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. So this is the distribution center in Maryland, and it's one of their main hubs. As you can see, there's the entrance there. I just pulled over on the shoulder here. Kind of give you an idea. The place looks humongous, but I'm gonna go up and see if I can get checked in and figure out where my pickup's at. All right, here we go inside, looking for door 44. There's like freaking like over 100 loading docks here. We're at 50s, so it must be around the back. This is pretty crazy how big this place is. Take you guys along with me on this this pickup. Hopefully everything goes good. I just have a little utility trailer. I told them I wanted to hand load it, and they said that was fine. So here we go. Here's 44. Oh no, that's 45. This place is massive. Once again, this is the Macy's Logistics Center. I'm picking up a pallet of, it's basically store shelf pools, but they call it store condition, so it's new stuff. But when items sit in a store for a while, people can open them, they look at them, they get dinged up a little bit. So it may not be all brand new. Some of it probably will be. Some of it's probably gonna be mostly new other open box, which is fine for eBay. I paid around $900. Saved a lot because I'm doing a local pickup. This place is like 15 minutes from my house. And then it said it was like $4,600 or $4,800 worth of items. So if I can get it all processed in a day, I would expect profit around $1,000. Otherwise, it's really not worth me going through all this trouble. and the work and the time. But anytime I can make $1,000, I'm going to jump all over it. So here we go. Let me see if I can get pulled in. Number 44. Load it up. See if we can get somebody to open the door. All right, I got backed in. Here's what the trailer looks like. I'm about 2 to 3 feet below the loading height. Actually, my rails are almost lined up with it. So, right on the corner they got me. And once again, picking up a pallet of store overstock. One of the main things I was going after was these diffusers, which are pretty hot right now around the holidays. The people put the oil, my wife uses them, put the drops with the water, and it's all a natural way to freshen up your house, bathroom, what have you. But this I was able to spin it in here in one shot, which I'm pretty proud of. I just bought this trailer last year. I'm getting pretty good use out of it. Got it from a buddy of mine at work for $300. So it's a 4.5 wide by 9 long, but it's pretty heavy duty. It's a custom made, and he said the frame was originally from a pop-up trailer, like a travel trailer. So been working out for me pretty good. It's got the spare tire there, good solid heavy duty custom made aluminum. So I thought I got a good deal on that, but let me knock on the door and see what happens here. Pack these in like a puzzle. Bet you guys are gonna be excited to see what's in these boxes. These are just boxes they use. They probably had around the store to pack the overstock stuff. It doesn't seem like what it says on the box is actually within the box. So yeah, so I just opened one up, and there's 2 other cases in there. You always want to make sure you carry a pocket knife on you. See what I mean? There's not it's full of small stuff. Hey, there's a star shower in there. That should be pretty good this time of year, early December. Have a go. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Yep, same to you. Happy Hanukkah. Christmas, name it. Yeah, me too. Hey. Alright, gotta pull up and put the gate on. But I'd say that was a pretty easy, took me about, what, it's only 3 minutes recording, so less than 5 minutes to load that. Alright guys, heading back out of this place. So basically what I'm going to show you from this point heading out is about half of the size of this warehouse. This is all the warehouse here, and this is about the middle, the back middle. I was just on the other side picking up my lot. So all the bays we see from here on out, there's an equal amount on the other side of the building, which is absolutely nuts. I had no idea that this place was this big. back when I was middle school, high school, they used to open this up to the public and do like a scratch and dent sale called the Macy's Outlet Center. They stopped doing that a while back, but I know that we at least bought like my mom bought a lamp and like a bed frame. But check this out, these are all bays, and they're packed so tight in here. They have these little trucks, 2 guys that run around full time and jockey, moving them around. Pretty wild. But just to give you an idea what this place looks like. Did have to bring my receipt with the bill of lading for the check-in. The guy at the front called it in. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to stop on the way out, but I'll at least give him a wave, let him know out of here. But all right, we're coming up to the end now, to the front of the building. But it started at 50 and there's 121. So that's like 70, a little over 70 on each side, and plus the ones on the back. So this will give you an idea of how many bays this has. Pretty wild, guys. So hopefully I made it out all right. I got about 15 minutes ride home, and then I'm going to video opening this stuff up. I'll get it down into my basement where I work on it, my little office area for the business. And there's coming up here is the gate. Give this guy a wave and see if we're good to go. All right, so just got done unloading the trailer. Took me about probably 5 minutes to get it all into the house, and then another 10 minutes to bring it down to the basement. What I'm going to go do now is start unboxing this stuff. And typically, there's 2 ways of doing it. One is you can just go through and sort everything and match like items, and then go and create listings for those items that are similar. The other way you could do it is you could just go, and as you go process an item, you go one step, you go through the whole process, inspecting it, figuring out what it's worth, getting ready, listing it on eBay, or at least prepping it using like a ready to list sheet like I have for my lister, so she can photograph it and list it on eBay. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm going to look some stuff up to get some comps, and then I'm also going to just quickly sort some stuff so you can kind of see what we got. So let's go ahead and get started. I have eBay up so I can check some of the price comparisons, looking at sold listings. And, it looks like they use just random boxes that they have at the store to send the stuff to be liquidated from the warehouse. So the first box has, it has a couple different things in it. This is store stock. So this says it was store stock. It is a ergonomic massage wand. It is brand new. Still sealed on both sides. So pretty nice looking item here. Just real quick, I can kind of get an idea. Oops, that didn't work. I already have a number in there. There we go. So it looks like these are going on eBay for around 15 bucks. So not too bad. Sharper image. Here I have a manifest. The manifest is a list of all the items that are included in your shipment. So I'm going to have 12 of those, and Macy's retail was $19.99. It looks like I'm going to get somewhere closer to $13 to $15. And for this whole lot, I paid around 20% of the retail value. So an item like that, I would have paid around about $4 for. I was able to do local pickups, so I didn't have to worry about any shipping fees. So I still can make a few bucks. The other thing I'll reference sometimes when going through this stuff is a local sale. That's just strictly either me selling it at a yard sale or flea market. I'll do that. Flea markets a couple times a year. The other thing would be like a Facebook marketplace. I haven't really got into offer up or let go yet, but those are other options. I just have done well on marketplace. I just haven't had the time to learn that other platform. And marketplaces are working so well, it's not really needed. All right, this is one of the main reasons I bought this lot is for these Homedics Elia oil diffusers. So it has a Macy's tag on it. It says it's a store stock. This means it was on the stock room in the actual store. I will have to go through each of these and double check them, but this doesn't appear to be open. Now these are a little bit more valuable, and there's a couple different versions of this. Actually, there's about, I want to say, like 8 to 10 different versions, and the versions, they range in between retail $60 to, some of them go for retail around $100 or $79.99, but that's what it looks like there. And you'll see it has a little Macy's receipt they put on there. It gives them the item number and what to do with it. So I'll put that over here. So that's one box done. This is the one I kind of started opening when we were there at the warehouse. So we have a star shower light for Christmas time. I don't know, these were pretty crazy 2 years ago. One just sold for $30. Says it's trending at 17. Probably around a $20 item. Just trying to see what Macy's considers at retail. And how many of them I have. Sorry, just looking it up here. I don't see it on here, but I could be overlooking it, and I don't want to spend too much time on that. Oh, there's another little tiny item. Joy Magano fragrance sticks. So this, you see how well packaged this one is. Just a generic box, but the actual item, they use bubble wrap. They packed it well. I'll save that bubble wrap. Some of these boxes I'll be able to reuse as well. But here's another one, one of the air diffusers, oil diffusers. They call it aroma diffuser. See what this one's going for on eBay. So right now there are no solds of this particular model for the UPC. It's the Awaken. So what we could type in is Alia Awaken. And what I'm trying to find out is here's the exact same one. They took a best offer of $40. Saying the retail on it is $60. Let's see what's in this big box here. Sounds like pots and pans. Alright. So, entertainment buffet server. That's pretty nice. Looks like it's all still the air wrapped up. So. There's the Cuisinart. There should be 3 of these, and they go for $70 a piece. Here's the second one. brand new. One of the liquidation tags that was on it. Alright, here we have another, not another, but the first pots and pans set. Now, this one looks like it's an open box. Someone took it out and didn't repackage it the same way it came. This is the brand Bella. I'll have to go through and do a count, make sure everything's there, and try to package it properly. It's a 12-piece stainless steel cook set, and there are going to be 6 of these at $50 a piece. Is the estimated, is the MSRP, which would be Macy's retail price. Normally, you're going to get 20 to 40% less than that online for new conditions. Used condition, you'll get even less. I think I'm just going to stand up and this will go a little quicker. Get rid of that squeaky chair. Some aprons, different sayings on them, patterns. Bunch of those. We'll leave them in this box. They're probably not worth much. That'd be a local flea market yard sale. And then here's another item. I've sold a bunch of these before. If you guys watched my last liquidation videos, I do a lot of health and beauty. These go for 20 to 30 bucks normally. It's been opened. I'll have to look at it and see if it's actually just been opened in the store, or if it's a return. It may be a return, so I'll have to look into that one. Let's see what they consider that retail. Well, they're saying that's a $60 set there. So hopefully get 30, 40 bucks for it. I'm looking forward to opening up this big one, but I'm going to save that till later. So stay tuned if you want to see what's in that big box. It's pretty heavy. It's probably 50, 60 pounds. Just a little hand towel set. So I'll throw that in with the aprons. Start a box of just kind of cheaper items that aren't worth selling online. Alright, here we go. Got another box within a box. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's another one of those pots and pan sets. I'm just going to go ahead and take the whole thing and put it in the file. But I don't know if you saw that. It's a whole nother Bella pot and pan set. It's going to go right here. Why don't we do this? You can see a little better what I got going here. Oh wow, got some broken dishes. That's not good. They didn't pack that one very well. This seems to be intact. Another air diffuser, aroma diffuser, and then some broken plates. So it's supposed to look like this. It is a oven safe. I think it's for actually making pies. Has a pumpkin pie recipe right on it. It has a Macy's tag. It was on clearance. Originally $34, 60% off for $13.53. Unfortunately, one of them in there is broken, or two. So these two look like they're good, but this stuff here, that's what happens when you don't pack stuff properly. Should have all this individually bubble wrapped, but that's a epic failure there. that'll have to be discarded. This is probably another very lightweight, so probably another hand towel set or something along those lines. Pot holder. So you always have some cheap stuff. I think that's the Martha Stewart collection. They're saying that some of that stuff's 10 to like 15, 16 bucks. This pot holder, $8.99. Probably get $1 for it. The stuff like that, you're definitely not going to make much money on. Same thing here, another light box, but hopefully we'll get through these small ones and we'll switch to these bigger ones. Oh, hold on a second. It's like a cupcake topper set with the little holders. You know, they had it on, it was $19 on clearance for 7. Put that in with the cheap stuff. Unfortunately, I have a lot of cardboard to break down and recycle. So 2 more air diffusers. This was one of the main reasons I bought this lot. Like I said, they're $60 value. They're selling for around $40. I paid, if you think of, if I paid 20% for the lot, 20% for the entire lot, technically I paid around $12 a piece. But with some of that other cheaper stuff, when you filter all that in, I probably paid closer to like maybe $15 a piece. Because I'll get a good bit of my money back on these, but I won't get a lot of money back on the cheaper stuff. So those are all looking brand new. That's good. This we got here. All right. See another cake topper thing. Some baking aprons, open apron, and another brand new apron. So not a whole lot of money there. Can't wait to see what's in there. Let's do this big one here. All right. So we'll open it up. This way here. Let's see what we got. Holy smokes, this is one item in here. Wow. So, Homedics Triple Shiatsu Massage Cushion. That's pretty cool. It's a really beat up box. I can't imagine this was actually a store item. As a matter of fact, it was shipped to, I think, a customer. There's a shipping label in there. So this is probably a return that they said was a store stock pool, which means it's like sitting on the storeroom and they didn't sell it, so they just liquidated it. It's a nice box I'll save here, a nice big box I could use for something. But for this, let's go ahead and look this thing up. I'll tell you what they said the value was based off of what I could get for it. Alright, so 5 have sold in the last 60 days on eBay just by looking at the UPC. If you type in the long form of exactly what it is, you'll find more sold. Not everyone puts the UPC. So one sold for 100, one sold for 50 plus shipping, one sold for 95. It looks like they're selling for between $60 and $100. And the manifest says there was either 150 or 200. I have two of them, two different models. So this is the 610. The manifest says this is valued at $150 at Macy's. I would probably be able to get 60 to 80 just because the box is so beat up. I might have to take it out and test it. Let me just confirm that it's the actual item in there for you guys. It looks pretty cool. I guess it's something you would just sit down on your reclining chair or your couch and do a full massage, full back massage. Really beat up box. There it is. Surprisingly enough, it looks new still. I guess the box just got so beat up from being shipped to the customer and then returned. Here's an actual return label. Okay, so there was two of them. The two that I got in my listing were both returns. They returned it because they said item no longer wanted or needed. Actually, I can show you this information here. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but $150 for this one. Reason, item no longer needed or wanted. There's another one somewhere for $200 in a separate package. So these were returns. The customer paid $350, $370 after tax for both of these items. So that's actually pretty good. If it is as good, like new condition inside, I'd probably get $80 for it. So pretty cool items. All right. Got another big one here. This is 2 pots and pan sets. So these are actually still in the protective box. And then within this box, this is the actual, the box that they're sold in. So there's the UPC. Let me check and see if that UPC has any. I haven't looked up these Bella pots and pans yet. Oh, not sure how that happened. eBay's acting up right now. Try this one time. Oh, for some reason it's going up into Google. Sorry guys. Just give me 1 minute here. It's because that's not an actual UPC. This is a RMA or a return label. This isn't a return item though, it's just something they put on there. I would have to look at, we can look at this one. This one still has the correct UPC on there. There you go, it's a different number. So 30 plus shipping, 35 plus shipping. So if I can get $30 a piece for these and someone's going to pay the shipping, that's not too bad. I forget what I said these were valued at. They were valued at $50, so I'll be able to get most of my money back and some. If they're valued at $50, 10% would be $5, 20%, which is what I paid, would be $10. So I paid $10 a set for those. And they're going for 30 plus shipping, so not too bad. There's a whole nother set there. This one looks to be brand new, just open box. Should be able to take that right back up. So there's a new other open box. Another good box I can use to ship larger items. Alright, I'd say we're about halfway through it already, so a lot of bigger stuff. Still expecting a lot more of those air diffusers. And what else was I looking for? Okay. There we go. We have open box item. Box is not included. Looks like it has some stuff that needs to be cleaned off there. Trying to look at the date because based on this tag and everything, it looks pretty old. There's no water in it. I'll have to test this, but this is a steamer. I've sold these before. They go for $20 to $30 depending on the model. Stick that over there. Closing steamer. I think another Pallet. This looks brand new. This is a foot spa. This is pretty nice. Pretty nice condition box. I would feel safe if I get this label off with the heat gun. Putting this on eBay is new once I confirm. A lot of times when you pull these back, you can tell if it's ever been opened because it's not creased there yet. So it doesn't seem like anyone's even ever opened it, but I would still open and double check that it's there. Let's see, one sold for $40. Then I used, well, it's saying brand new for $325, but I would go off of that, more likely like a $40 price tag. Cosmetics. It's $40 at Macy's, so that's a pretty good item there. Another good box for shipping stuff out. Alright, we're down to, got one more stack, and then this big guy here. You check my battery. Alright, battery looks good. Drink water. Anybody's looking for a good knife, Kershaw is what I use. It's a great brand. This one here has like the spring-loaded, really nice, super sharp. And then I also use the Gerber, this little mini knife for peeling labels. This thing's great. Also really sharp, but it's really thin blade. It's not super strong. It's not for like cutting through anything heavy duty. But since it's so fine, it really scrapes the labels up without damaging the box. So, always good to have good knives with you. Pyrex bacon dish. This would be good for this time of year around the holidays. Surprisingly, these things can fetch decent money. They're normally $5 to $10 a piece. Right now there's no solds based on the UPC, but I'll have to type it. I'm not going to spend the time looking it up right now. I'll put that with these other dishes. And, alright, here we go. Another diffuser. Now they're saying this model was $139, 60% off for $55. So, this one has a damaged box a little bit. Right over there. And then there's another one. Alright, so now these here would actually be the oils that you would add. So these are the oils that you would put in the diffuser. My wife actually uses this stuff. She uses the Young Living version of it. If anybody's interested in getting into oils, I'll put the link for that too in the description. But we use it for all kinds of stuff. I actually add it to my water, lemon or orange. It's really good. These here, I'll bundle these up and sell them on eBay. Alright, let's check out what's in this big box. Yeah. what do you guys think so far? If you want to put your comments down below, be curious what you guys think. Does it seem like a good lot to you? I don't expect this to be a huge money maker. I was hoping for a $900 investment to double my money, so after it's all said and done, to profit $900. It's $4,800 retail. I would need to get at least $3,000 in sales to make that back up. Now here comes what looks to be a brand new massager, so kind of similar to that other one. Keep getting whacked in the head with this box, but I'm trying to show you guys. There we go. All right. Bam. A little bit of damage to this corner here. Another one of those massaging chairs. Looks like it's there. Still has the foam protector in there. It's not wrapped in a plastic bag, but that may be how this model came. I'm not sure. It would still be new, other open box on eBay. Is what I would sell it as. So this is the other one that was in that on that return paper, and the one was 150 retail. This one was 200 retail. So let's see what it's saying online on eBay. All right, one sold for 107, 189, 99 for a used one, 100. Wow, they're all over the place, but typically I'm more towards the higher price range just because I've been a long time top rated seller. I have 99.9% positive feedback, and eBay tends to recommend me in the best match just because I do this for a living. So safe bet I'm gonna get at least $100 for this once I confirm that everything's there. Maybe up to 150, so that's pretty good deal for that one. I paid $40 for that one. Not counting my loss and the items that aren't worth really anything, but 20% of 200 is $40. That's where I got that number. All right, a couple more diffusers. This one's a little bit, the box is dinged up, but still pretty nice. Open box item. I'll have to open that one up and make sure it's all there. Bunch more of these cupcake. These are Martha Stewart brand. So Martha Stewart, and they're just little Valentine's Day cupcake kits. Probably a good flea market or yard sale item. Maybe get I don't know, $1 or $2 per set. A couple sets of those. And here we got another nice diffuser set. Alright, that's that box. We'll have fun busting down all these boxes in a little bit. I'll keep the bigger ones. We'll use them for unique, kind of larger items. For instance, if I sell one of those massagers, I already have boxes to put it in. Not if I sell, but I should say when I sell. Oh, wow. So this is kind of stuff that's frustrating. I mean, there's breakables in here, and it's just all kind of thrown in there. There's dishes that have just been banging into each other. Let's see if I can see the brand on this. Little mini dish set with a little tray. So probably for your dining table. You have nuts, fruit, or like dried fruit or something like that. Just a little display. Actually make a pretty decent Christmas gift. It's like 3 of them in there. So, and then you can put them however you like. So, cool little set, but not packed very well. And then there's another another apron in there as well. Pull that out of there. Put this back over here with the dishware. All right, we got 2, 4, 6 boxes left, 6 more, and then I'll have the fun of going through and prepping all this stuff for eBay. For anyone who doesn't know how to do that, some of my other videos do walk through that process a little more detail. This is more just an unboxing of what you can expect from Macy's Liquidation. So this one is completely out of the box. You can see that or not, but it's like someone opened it, kind of haphazardly packed it back in there. I'll have to inspect that. But it's interesting that they put that one item in this huge box. It seems like a lot of waste to me. Which makes me wonder, maybe it's just one item in that giant box down there. Who knows? Alright, this looks like it's packed a little better. It actually has some air mailers in there, trying to protect it. There's a cake topper. Air mailers out. See what these are. Oh, okay, these are these actually look like they're selling pretty decent. Now these are going to be brand new, sealed still. I would just have to use the heat gun, very lightly warm this label up. $12.99 retail. It's a pressure cooker replacement seal. Well, with all the buzz right now with the pressure cookers, these are actually selling pretty good. I did look these up. I believe on Amazon as well. I am authorized to sell on Amazon. I'm an Amazon seller, so something like this. If I can get these labels off without damaging the package, these are all brand new. So here's a couple eBay results. $8, $14, $9. Someone sold a 2-pack for $17.99. Well, the original retail is $12.99 on these, which means I paid about $2.50. So it should be an easy moneymaker there. I have a bunch of them. So what's the just in this box was 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 9 of them right here. It says that there should be 11 in this shipment. Okay, so it's 9, 10, and one more here, 11. So it's actually the right amount. When I go back through as I start processing, I will double check that what was said was in there was actually included. It's kind of a pain to open a case and, like, if they, for instance, if they said those 2 big massaging chairs were in there but they won't, that would be worth it. But like if it's missing one of these cheap items, I'm not going to go through waste my time to open a case against them. But you can do that if you're, if it isn't what it was described. Oh, this is cool. It's like a little mini drone. Dot VR folding drone with camera, and it looks like it's all sealed up still. They had it original 160. So if you look right here, 160, 75% off for 40. So basically, I bought it at 80% off. So I didn't get that great a deal. What brand is this? This is the Dot VR protocol. I don't see that on here either. Sorry guys, I just want to look and see if I can find this item. I'm curious what they oh, 40. They say $49.99, so I'm not sure where they got that price from. Since even when they had it on clearance, it was $39.96. But either way, it means I paid $10 for it, so that's not bad. Let's look it up real quick. This would be a cool Christmas gift for any kid or adult. Alright, so one sold for 13 plus shipping, 25, 29.99, 29.99, 20 plus shipping, 50. So between 20 to 50 bucks. Probably safe side, I'd say it's like 30 bucks. Not bad since I paid 10 for it. It's pretty light too. Should be able to ship this first class. Alright, and then we have some more of these brand new massage wands. So what it looks like, this is my first time dealing with Macy's actually. What the majority of this stuff is clearance items that didn't sell. They probably give it like a week or 2 weeks. They mark it down again. If it doesn't sell when it hits like 60 or 75% off, they must pull it off the showroom floor. To me, that means it's probably a little bit slower selling items, or they bought too much for that specific store. But these are selling pretty well. I just want to check one thing real quick. Let's see what these go for on Amazon. So I'm not sure if this is it doesn't look like the exact same. Yeah, it might be the same thing. Sorry guys, just wanted to look this up. When I initially searched it, it just came up as like they didn't have the brand. It wasn't a very good description. So this item is on Amazon, but whoever created the listing didn't do a very good job. I can either go in and request to update the listing, or I can just sell them on eBay for $5 or $10. So it's kind of like a good gift item. Somebody might want this locally, so that's another option. Especially since I have a bunch of them, I might do a few on eBay and see how that's going, but then see if I can recoup some of the money locally. Look, these are all brand new. So pretty nice looking, lot of stuff there. And then what I'll do is when we're done sorting, I'll give a quick recap if I can still move around here. Alright, 3 more before we get to the big box. Let's see what's in this one. What do you guys think? Any predictions? Put them down in the comments. Let's see if you're right. So it looks to be Joy Pagano Super Chic Vacuum. Very poor packed in there right now. It's like a little dustbuster style handheld, but then has all these extra attachments. Probably a local item. They originally had it for $140 and dropped it down to $41.96. It's going for $44 on Amazon. And there's no solds on eBay, so just curious. So So the one thing I will say that I like is it looks like, so for instance that one, it says original retail is $139, then they had 70% off for $41.96. But when I look on my list here, they have it as $69.99. So I pay percentages based off of what they tell me their retail value is. So at some point, their system clocked it in as a $70 item. Maybe when it hit like that 50% off mark, something like that, or 40% off, the price was around $69.99. Then as they furtherly reduced it locally in the store, they tried to unload it. But long story short, the retail value says $140. I paid $14, assuming it's all there and it works. Probably a $20, $30 item locally. So not a big money maker, but it all adds up, especially when you're buying bulk. And that's the thing. It's like if you were in a thrift store or out clearance shopping or something, you probably wouldn't pick that up because there's just not enough money there. But when you have this much stuff that you can go and get within an hour and make a few bucks, $5, $10 here, $20 there. These guys here, which I paid, $2 for, not even, I paid $2.50 a piece. I'll make around $5 a piece for each of these. Well, that adds up when you have 10 of them. It adds up pretty quickly. So you're not really going to find like that one big home run. You just look at it as a combination of the entire lot. How much can you make? Can you double your money, and how long? I should be able to process all of this stuff in less than 8 hours. I'm normally right around 8 hours a pallet. Sometimes clothing takes a little longer than that, but I could have this processed, priced, ready for my lister, my helper, my lister to start photographing. And then as I'm going through the stuff, if I deem it not worth being selling online, I'll go ahead and price it right then and there, so I can later on do my local sale. So another box empty, running out of room. Alright guys, 2 more small ones and then the big one. Hopefully there's something good in that big one, because I'm going to make you guys wait a while to see what's in there. I'm going to double check my battery real quick. Alright, battery looks good. This is another brand new pots and pan set. So this one's got the label and everything. It's still sealed up. I'll just check Amazon and see if there's a listing for these on Amazon. The brand new ones might be worth sending there. $30 on Amazon. So for how big and heavy it is, probably not worth sending in. If it's over 18 inches, it'll be oversized, and then you can only fit so many of those in a shipping box to get there. So probably not a good Amazon item, but kind of had a plan for this stuff when I was looking at it. The main thing was the massage wands, the gaskets, and the diffusers were going to be a couple of the items I knew I was going to sell online. Some of the other stuff was questionable, like the pots and pans, but a lot of it I knew I could at least make a few bucks if I sold it locally. So that's going to be the game plan there. Alright, not a whole lot of excitement here, guys. Just another pot and pan set. This one's open, but it looks like it's still packed up nicely. So, one of those. And that's what's cool about them, is if I do like a Facebook Marketplace on that, I'll list it as one, for whatever price, $30. And then as somebody comments, I'll take it. I'll go ahead and meet up and do my thing with that one person, but I still can keep the listing active and say, if someone says next, I'll say, okay, where do you want to meet up? And I'll just keep going down the line. So with one listing, I could sell off 6 or 7 of those, no problem. Alright, time for the big guy. Hopefully this has some good stuff in it, because I'm trying to think of what I haven't seen yet. Basically had some Cuisinart, Conair, Bella, Homedics, Martha Stewart, Sharper Image, which we saw. Saw that. So I'm not real sure what it's going to be. So we're going to open it up and find out. This box is no good. It is pretty much shredded. Alright guys. It is packed full of these larger, let's see if you can see in here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but got this nice comforter here. Fleece blanket by Martha Stewart. That might be worth a few bucks. And then that doesn't sound good. Thought I heard some glass rattling. I'll have to check in this. Maybe not. This is a larger version. Now this one says originally 220, 60% off for 87. Not sure if you can see that or not, but let's check and see what I paid for these, and then what they're going for. Because there's a couple of them, which I'll pull out in a minute. This is a larger version. Let's see which brand name this one is. Alright, so 1210 VL. It's saying there's supposed to be 16. I don't think there's going to be 16 in there. So there might be an error on their part. But they're saying $129.99 for this. I'm going to have to double check. This is a larger model. And I wonder if they've got some of those smaller versions mixed up with the larger model. Because there's no way that there's 16 of those in here. So that's something I'm going to have to research. But there's a bunch of them. I'll start pulling them out. And while I'm doing that, we can pull up the eBay solds. Get that searching. See if any of these have sold. Yeah, it looks like two have sold recently. One for 70, one for 50. So basically a $50 bill for each one of these that I pull out. So, kind of get the idea of what it's like when you buy bulk. You get a lot of similar items. I can create one listing and sell these. You know, at 50, that's 100, 200, 350 bucks in right there. And then there's some other small stuff. Here's a nice queen. What count is this? Queen sheet set. 500 thread count, so pretty decent quality. And then just some more cheap stuff. Dump in a smaller box. Alright, that box is empty. And placemats, kitchen towels, some coupons, and measuring cup set. So flea market stuff, cheap stuff. And that's it. I'm gonna have to go back and check, do a full count on these diffusers. Saying 16, 22. Sorry guys. Says I should have 26, and I have 7 here. Looks like I have 17. So clearly an issue is what I talked about. So this would be something I would have to open a case for. They did not include what they said was listed. So I actually got less value than what I was expecting. So part of doing business with liquidation, I have to reach out, open a case up that there was an issue, and then what will happen is they'll take a look at the percentage I paid and they'll credit back for those missing items if they don't have them at the warehouse. It could have simply just been one box that didn't get added to that pallet, and you know, it happens sometimes. I've seen, you know, one missing item here and there. Most of the time, like I said earlier, it's not worth my time. But for what should be 16 of these, yeah, I'm missing 9 of those. So that's a pretty big problem. I'll double check. I know there's no more boxes down here. I'll go back up and just double check I didn't leave any, but I'm 99% sure I don't have any else anywhere else. So anyhow, stay tuned. Later on, I'll drop a video of how I did with this lot. I'll give you the results of what happened with the missing items. I'll create a separate eBay category, like a store category, so I can track my sales, and I'll give you guys a more detailed update of what I plan to make. Obviously, my numbers are going to be a little bit skewed because one of the biggest items, dollar-wise, is missing a bunch. So overall, it'll be a good lot as long as I can get refunded for those missing items. So hope you guys enjoyed. It's Dan at Liquidation Pros. If you want any more information, or you'd like to have some more detailed information about how to get Macy's stuff, I'm planning on putting together a little PDF style cheat sheet / ebook where you'll be able to download that. If you're interested in that, email Dan at liquidationpros.org and put in the title, I want the Macy's cheat sheet. And I'll respond to you and let you know, cool, whatever. And then once I get it all together, I'll send out a blast email to all those people who email me. So it's Dan at liquidationpros.com and say, I want the Macy's cheat sheet. All right? Thanks, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up, like it, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time when we get another load of stuff. See you.